Hey guys, I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and AT&T customers that are used to saying, well, I have the iPhone, but then if I want another smartphone, I feel like I'm taking a step down. Not necessarily the case anymore. Windows Phone 7 is coming to AT&T as of Monday with the HTC 7 Surround and the Samsung Focus. Both will be available on Monday, November 8th. An entirely new platform for Microsoft, entirely new platform for AT&T, and it's one of several devices, Windows Phone 7 devices rather, that's coming out in the coming months. Exciting news for AT&T, exciting news for Microsoft, and we're going to do a review of the HTC 7 Surround to see, can it really hold its ground against the iPhone or the Captivate or some of the other devices on AT&T. So let's go through the people or contacts menu and take a look at what's changed there. So we'll click on that tile, and you'll see people, there's all, there's what's new. I don't want to set up Facebook. What's new, and what's new typically, when you call people a certain number of times, it'll appear in the what's new or frequently dialed menu area. So let's go to plus here to add a contact. And you can also set up an email account and import your contacts in that way. But let's do it from start here. New contact, you can add a photo if you want to. Let's add their name. Pretty cool guy that I know. You see the text areas for company. Middle name, nickname. You see title. Suffix as well. So we'll save that. Phone, you can put in the phone number and the mobile number type. There. Another phone if you want to, and you can select the type. Again, very clean font, looks good. And jump back. And we'll do email. Man at pdizzle.com. Oops, that's not my personal email. That's my work email, so you can see how easy it is to jump back and go from there. Ringtone, other, and then you can hit save, and when you hit save, this is what it looks like. That's their profile. If we had a picture attached, it would be up top. Call mobile, or call mobile, text mobile, send email, and then the company with which the person works for. Now, at the bottom, for example, you may look at these icons and say, what are they besides the pencil, which is edit? You can see your pin, link, and edit and delete when you expand out the menu. Otherwise, you can contract it back down for the most minimalistic look. So that's a quick look into the contacts. Let's have a look at the calendar. That's another change. You know, this is a ground-up revision of their operating system, so things look a little bit different. You can group it by day or agenda, as you see at the top. I don't have any appointments because nothing's on this phone. Now, you may be looking and you're thinking, okay, it's 3:39 p.m. right now, East Coast time. But where's the signal strength indicator? Where's the battery life indicator? This is one frustration I found. One of the minor cons that I had is you can't get it unless I'm missing something. You can't get it to display permanently. You can pull it down by dragging a little drag at the top, and there it is. 5 bars, 3G, battery life's pretty decent. Now you'll notice after a few seconds when we go through the calendar, it'll go away. There's no permanent way as of right now to keep it. You see it just went away. You can't keep it on the main screen, so it's frustrating. You know, you're forever, do I have enough battery? What's my signal strength like? Do I have a data connection? You have to physically pull it down. But anyway, back to the day here. You can see at the bottom the date, adding an appointment, or seeing it by month. So you can stretch it out to a couple different options in terms of the way you like to view it. But let's say we have an appointment at 4 p.m., which I would be late to because I'm shooting this video. But let's say doctor. And put in your location, put in when it is, and how long it is, and you know, it's very very generic. 30 minutes an hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours all day. But you can go down here and you can click custom, and you can select the time. So if your doctor's appointment starts at 4:04 and ends at 5:09, you can put that in. Although if you're like me, the appointment's really like 2 hours because the doctors are always late and they bill you, and that's frustrating. Anyway, you can click save, and that will detail it out from 4:04 to 5:09. So you don't have to stick to those generic 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hours, all day type time things. And see, when we get out here, you can see on the calendar widget, and this is again the benefit of having a rectangular widget. The doctor's appointment is already on there. So I can see at some point in a future version of Windows Phone 7 maybe Windows Phone 8, something like that. The messaging one will be rectangular with previews of your text messages, but this is just a start of what you'll see most likely coming from Microsoft and their mobile team. So let's jump into the camera and take a look at image quality. I know I'm jumping across the board here, but let's take a picture of the Motorola Defy. Now it's a 5 megapixel camera with a flash, as you see, and we'll turn this on. We'll hold it up like that. And you can see the camera button's on the right side, halfway down. Let's see here, halfway down to autofocus, all the way down to take the picture. And you can see as it takes the picture, I'll show you, it scrolls the picture up. So in order to get back to this picture, all you have to do is drag down, or you can go back to the live camera itself. On the bottom, you have settings for editing options. You can switch into video. You can zoom in, zoom out. And you see here, camera settings, scenes, effects, resolution, metering mode, a couple of different options that you see on most cameras, most cell phone cameras, along with the option to turn the flash off or make it auto, depending on your light situation. Let's have a look at the picture here that I took. And you can see, I mean, 5 megapixels, it's not the best in the world by any means, but it's a decent picture. It's well lit in this area, obviously, but it's a decent picture. You can clearly see the Motorola logo and the buttons at the bottom and the actual screen. So decent picture in my opinion, for a high-end device. Although you'll still, for camera buffs or people that take pictures on a regular basis, I think you'll still be more pleased with the HDR capabilities on the iPhone 4, or perhaps the N8 with a 12 megapixel camera, or one of the 8 megapixel Android devices. But not a bad camera at all. Pleased with that. Let's take a look at the web browser, and you'll see again, very smooth, looks great on the 3.8-inch display. And at the bottom, you have the ability to add, the ability to see your favorites, and the ability to open new tabs, along with some of the typical internet settings. So let's have a look at ESPN.com. I don't know what my obsession is with ESPN lately in these videos, but hey, that's okay. It's going to open the mobile browser, or the mobile version rather. We will turn it to the regular site. No, I'm sorry, it did open the regular site out of the gate, which is cool. Now, Windows Phone 7, out of the box at least right now, is not flash capable. So you'll notice that some things aren't showing up or some things aren't moving properly. That's why it's not flash capable. So frustration for some, otherwise I don't really see it as that big of an issue. The techie people like myself and like people, other tech colleagues that I have, tend to make a bit more of a big deal out of it than it really is. Honestly, most people aren't using this as a computer replacement. They're using it as a complement to their computer, not as a supplement. So for that, I think web browsing will be fine. Pinch to zoom, absolutely fantastic, very responsive, and no lag whatsoever. I mean, it's very, freakishly responsive across the board at all times. I haven't seen any lag in this device whatsoever. But again, keep in mind it's not multitasking. So it's really comparing apples and oranges to Android pinch to zoom versus this pinch to zoom, for example. But you can see here, double tap, bring it in, bring it out that way. So very fast transitions, great as usual, but no flash. So let's open a second tab. We'll go down here, click the plus, brings up a new tab, and we'll type in our favorite site, which is not Fifth for Me Dog, it's Phone Dog. There it is. And we'll bring it up and see what it looks like. Now I have the option to add it to my favorites, as I said, or I can view my favorites if it's already listed in there, which sadly it's not, because this is a device I just reset. So I think I'm going to fire myself. No, I'm just kidding. But you can see, everything's loading here, very responsive, even on a very media-centric, lots of pictures type site like phonedog.com. Very responsive, no lag whatsoever. But you'll see that the flash ads at the top and some of the flash content we have on our site isn't loading either. So if that's something that bothers you, or if you use flash on a regular basis on your phone, this is not the device for you. You'll want to look elsewhere. Otherwise, it's an incredible, flash aside, exceptional web browsing experience. And with the exception of maybe iOS, keeping Flash out of the picture, this is my favorite web browsing experience on any mobile OS outside of iOS. Very, very smooth, just fantastic experience. And I've been pleased across the board with the overall responsiveness of the browser. So overall, I've been really pleased with the HTC 7 Surround. I think it's one of the out of the 10 or 11 Windows Phone devices that are coming out in the coming months, it's one of the most unique with the Dolby speaker and with the kickstand. And it's a nice display at 3.8 inches. It's right in that sweet spot between 3.5 and 4.3. So feels good in the hand. It's not an overly large device, and at 6 ounces, it's a little on the heavy side, but I think the quality materials more than make up for it. So reception-wise, I've been very pleased. Call quality is very good. I've had no issues with the speakerphone or anything like that. It's a very pleasurable experience. You can see very loud sounds, and we'll throw it just while we're on camera here. I'll throw it on speaker, and just to give you an idea. I mean, it's very loud. No
Thank you for calling AT&T about your wireless service.
I've tested it in coffee shops and in other areas, other loud areas, and I've been very pleased with that. Data connectivity has been good as well. There's no speed test app in the marketplace to my knowledge yet, and even if there was, I wouldn't be able to download it because of the issue I'm experiencing with the marketplace. So a little bit of a frustration. That's something Microsoft may want to work on for those few people that are affected by the frustration there. Let's take a quick look at Office, and you can see OneNote documents. You can create your new documents there, SharePoint and all. And then last but not least, let's have a look at the Zune player, music and videos, and we'll close out from there. Much more coverage to come on the HTC Surround with AT&T, and much more coverage to come on Windows Phone 7 as well. I'd like to do a specific video just addressing Windows Phone 7 because it's so new, it's so fresh, it's so different. There's just not enough time to cover it in a typical phone review. There's just too much work to be done. So look out for that video in the coming days and coming weeks. In the meantime, be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/phonedog. We're giving away 100 iPads and tickets to the Super Bowl. Be sure to check that out. That's pretty cool. And, we're on there as well, and we're a neat group of guys and gals. So, did I say gals? Guys and girls. So be sure to check us out there, and be sure to follow me on Twitter, phonedog_Aaron. Ask me any questions about these devices and more. Thanks for watching. I'm Aaron. Have a great day, and I'm going to serenade you out to Fireflies on the Dolby Surround speaker. Sleep, everything is so perfect,